Hi everybody, my name is Zach. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad that you found me here. What you just heard there was a little clip of the JHS 3 Series Fuzz, which is a brand new pedal for me, just arrived in the post, and I thought I'd do a little review of this fantastic pedal. If you like anything that you hear in this video, or it sparks any interest, or you want to share it around, please do like and subscribe. Share it around to your friends. That would be fantastic and so helpful for me just as I get this YouTube channel going. You can also go over to Instagram and follow me at ZachGuyMusic. Loads more sort of behind the scenes stuff going on my Instagram channel over there. So a little bit of a background to this pedal and why I bought it. I've known about JHS Pedals for quite a while. I'm a big fan of their YouTube channel and what Josh Scott does over there with his team. I'd been also looking for a fuzz pedal that did the kind of choked, sort of bias knob, voltage choking kind of thing. And saw a good review online for this JHS 3 Series Fuzz, and I thought that sounds like the kind of pedal that I'm looking for. Spent a lot of time on eBay these days browsing pedals, and one of these came up for a really good price, and so I snapped it up, and it, like I say, it's just arrived in the post. I haven't played through it yet, so yeah, going to be just really interested to see how it sounds. Signal chain today. So we're going to be trying out 3 different guitars just to see how different guitars react to the pedal, or the pedal reacts to the guitars. We've got my Fender Strat, also going to be using a Fender Telecaster, and also LP Les Paul style guitar with some P90s in it, just to, yeah, like I say, see how those guitars respond to the pedal in different ways. Also, we're going to be running some reverb from the Bluesky by Strymon, which is going to be on pretty much the whole time. I find it very weird playing guitar without reverb, so I'm going to keep that on as a bit of a safety blanket for me. We might hear a little bit of the TC Electronics Gauss or Gauss tape echo later on. We've got the OCD by Fueltank as well. Later on, I'll kick it in just to see how the fuzz reacts to other pedals and other drive pedals in the chain. Obviously, the JHS 3 Series Fuzz, and then we're going to go straight out of that into my trusty Dr. Z Z28 combo, and yeah, excited to see how this pedal sounds. Let's get on with it. Okay, so first up, we're just gonna hear the 3 guitars, just clean, going straight into the amp with a little bit of reverb. Okay, so that's the 3 guitars just clean straight into the amp, and now let's kick in the JHS 3 Series Fuzz. I'm going to start off with the fuzz pretty much rolled all the way off. So this is just the dial, which is dials in the amount of fuzz that you're sending to it. Also having the bias knob all the way off, and volume is just where it kind of suits for my room and for my amp that I'm in. We can talk about the fat switch a little bit later on, but this is the Strat through the JHS 3 Series Fuzz. Okay, so we've got exactly the same settings on the pedal and switched over to the Telecaster. Let's see what sounds Telecaster can get on this setting. Okay, so now I've grabbed this sort of LP style guitar with some P90s in it. Let's see how it reacts to this. Okay, so I've gone back to the Strat now, and gonna bring the fuzz dial on the fuzz pedal up to around 12 o'clock. Again, just volume to taste to the room, and bias is still all the way off at the moment. We'll introduce that a little bit later on. But yeah, let's see how much fuzz we can get at 12 o'clock. Okay, so far I'm really impressed. I'm loving the way that the pedal clearly responds differently to different types of pickups. Even cycling through some of the pickups on the various guitars that we're looking at today, you get such a different response. I'm loving the dynamic response as well as I roll back the volume knob on the guitar. Just getting different sounds, different kind of textures as well. Enjoying rolling off the tone knob as well and just getting that really thick, kind of creamy, I don't want to say it's the woman tone, but you know, that kind of Eric Clapton tone that he's so famous for. So far, I'm really, really impressed. It's a great pedal. What I'm going to do before moving on to looking at some of the other controls like the bias knob and the fat switch, I'm just going to crank the fuzz switch, the fuzz dial, to see kind of just how much fuzz the pedal has got in it. So yeah, let's see how it sounds. Well, I mean, I don't think I need to go through the other guitars just to give you an idea of just how much fuzz this pedal's got in it. It's a crazy amount. The sustain on it is wild. I mean, not crazy loud right now filming, just filming it in my home. So it's not crazy loud, but there is just so much drive coming from the pedal. Loving as well how it almost starts kicking in that kind of choking, kind of dying voltage kind of sound, even just by bringing the fuzz all the way to the top. So let's move on now. I'm going to dive in a little bit with the bias knob, and this is one of the main reasons that I got this pedal. There's a number of pedals out there that do this kind of thing, but the reviews and the price point for the JHS 3 Series Fuzz with the bias knob, for me, just ticked all the boxes. So let's have a listen to how this sounds. I'm a really big fan of that sound. I just love that kind of choked. It was like almost like noise gate kind of effect that you get from the bias knob as it kind of starves the circuit of a bit of voltage. Almost sounds like that kind of dying battery kind of sound, which for some people might not be at all what you like. Why would you like a dying battery sound in a pedal on purpose? But actually there's something about the way it makes you play differently, the way you kind of express phrases differently, just because it kind of cuts them short, because it kind of cuts them short, in a way that normally you wouldn't sort of play like that. So I love that. I'm so pleased that JHS has made a pedal that kind of is this quality and has that option in it, but also is just a really good price point. So yeah, if you get a chance to try out a fuzz pedal, especially this pedal with a bias knob on it, highly recommend them. Okay, so far we've had the fat switch, I think set to be on the whole time. I'm quite a fan of the kind of the warmer sort of sounds, but I just switched over to the LP style guitar with the P90s just to see, I guess, what difference the fat switch makes. Probably more so than the single coils on a Strat or a Tele. The P90s are going to give just a bit of a warmer kind of tone, so maybe we'll just hear the difference a little bit more clearly. So yeah, let's see how this sounds. I'm going to be on the bridge pickup. Actually no, let's switch over to the neck pickup, because that's where most of the warmth from this guitar is going to come from. So, to my ears in the room, there is definitely a bit of a boost or a cut in the kind of lower end. It'd be interesting to hear what you guys think in the audio. Yeah, please do chuck your comments in there if you can actually hear the difference. It'd be really interesting to know. But I think it's a subtle enough change that it doesn't massively impact sort of massively impact what you're hearing, your tone wise, and it doesn't affect necessarily the way you play. But I know that in a mix, for me, you know, recording guitars quite a lot and adventuring into the world of kind of production and recording, actually having that kind of option to cut or boost some of the low end, actually, when you're thinking about setting a guitar in a mix, is really, really helpful. And even when you're in a live situation, sometimes if your fuzz is super heavy fuzz, you can get lost in it because actually there's loads of bottom end frequencies coming off it, depending on what amp you're running through, of course. But generally speaking, fuzz gives you a nice, warm, rich bottom end. And actually having the ability to perhaps cut some of that off with the fat switch is actually really, really helpful, because it just helps you sort of push through in the mix a bit. And then so when you're doing your Hendrix style cover band solos and you're playing Foxy Lady, people can hear you. So yeah, a really helpful feature. Okay, so just as a kind of a final thing, I just wanted to see how the JHS 3 Series Fuzz kind of pairs up with another drive pedal. And in a previous video, I did a review of the Fueltank OCD, which is a pedal which I've been using for years and is very much so always on pedal on my main board. So I thought, what better pedal to sort of pair with it? Firstly, because I'm just familiar with it, but also if you want to, you can go and look at my previous video, my review of the Fueltank OCD. Just head over to my channel and you can find that there. Yeah, just be interested to see how it stacks. So this is our start of our clean tone, and then I'll kick in the OCD to kind of generally where I have my settings, my preference settings, and then we'll add the fuzz to see what difference it makes. So my general feel about that is that it pairs really well. I'll be interested to try out maybe another time the pedals the other way around to see what difference that makes. But I think the OCD gives a nice kind of mid push at the settings that I've got it, where the fuzz tends to my ear, have a lot more bottom end and a really sort of biting top end to it. So actually I think they complement each other really well. The OCD is obviously pushing into the fuzz. I found actually there was probably more dynamic control in terms of, well, dynamic control to the point which I actually really liked what I was hearing than when the fuzz was just on its own. I could roll back the volume knob and actually play some really gentle, just open chords. And actually I was really liking what I was hearing, so that's a really encouraging thing to hear. Yeah, it stacks well according to the OCD by Fueltank. So my, I guess, summary of the JHS 3 Series Fuzz is that I really, really like it. I'm so glad that I bought it. I've had the Way Huge Swollen Pickle on my pedal board for a number of years, which is a fantastic fuzz pedal as well. But this just does something a bit different, and I'm really liking the difference. I'd be interested to kind of shoot those pedals out and see the difference really next to each other. If you'd like to see that, please do drop it a comment down below. But JHS seems to just make brilliant quality pedals. They do not cut on the quality and the design and the detail that goes into these things. But also with this 3 Series, has managed to keep it so simple that I think anyone who's looking for a fuzz pedal, whether it's your first pedal or you've got 1,000 fuzz pedals in your collection, I think this is going to make a really good addition to your pedal board or your collection. I'd love to know what you think. If you've tried out this pedal, please do comment below. Yeah, I'd love to hear your opinions on it. If you'd like to ask any questions as well, please do fire away with those questions and I'd be happy to do my best to answer. But JHS, well done. You've made a fantastic fuzz pedal, and I'm hoping to enjoy this pedal for many years to come as one of the main pedals on my board. So thank you so much for watching this little review of this pedal. If you'd like to see more, it would really help me out if you'd like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really helps me just to get going as I kick things off. Also, do head over to my Instagram page at ZachGuyMusic, and there'll be plenty more pedals, guitars, reviews, behind the scenes stuff going on my Instagram channel as well. But again, thank you so much for tuning in and hope to see you next time.